Do you believe in there's one entity, there's one power that's created the universe? Do you believe in the messengers?
It's a waste of time.
Do you believe in Jesus as a messenger?
Yeah.
Do you believe Moses is a messenger? Do you believe Muhammad is a messenger? You don't believe Muhammad is a messenger. May I ask you, why don't you believe Muhammad is a messenger?
Yeah. A lot of reasons. I think his revelation, his first encounter.
Yep.
His revelations.
Yep.
His revelations about the Jewish people.
Okay.
His revelations about God.
Okay.
His revelations of the names of the law.
Okay.
His revelations.
So can we expand on that? Some of the points that you mentioned.
Yeah.
We can expand. So for example, you said the names of Allah. Can you expand on that? Like, what do you mean about the names of Allah that you don't agree with? Just to give you like a, because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he came with the same message, exactly the same message that the other prophets came with. So Moses, let me tell you why. I'll let you respond. I'm not sure why you're smiling, but it's okay. No problem.
It's arguable.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. Okay, let's understand this then. So the Prophet Moses, he came to worship one God. We can see even in the Bible that Moses was prostrating on the floor and worshiping that one God. Abraham, he came to the message of worshiping one God. All the messengers in the Quran, they came to worship one God. Tell me where the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, did not come with a different message than the other prophets in regards to the concept of one God.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't. So he comes with the same message as the other prophets, right? In regards to the concept of God.
Daniel. Yeah. So Daniel.
Oh yeah, the Son of Man, Daniel 7. Yeah, that was my mistake.
Yeah.
So, do you know Daniel 7?
Can you expand on that, please?
Okay, so you've never heard of Daniel 7?
Can you expand on that?
Would you like to read it? By any chance?
Yeah,
No, but I just want to speak about the concept of one God. So we're
It's poignant,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, wait, you're not a Christian, right?
I am.
Oh, you're a Christian. Okay, so I was a bit confused. You said you're searching for the truth.
Always.
So if you're searching for the truth, I wanted to ask you that the Prophet Muhammad come with a different teaching than the other prophets. So in regards to the concept of one God, he did not come with a different message.
So what you're doing is a fallacy.
Okay, why is it a fallacy?
So I believe it's strong man.
Okay.
You're presenting a question,
Yep.
and you're only giving one answer.
No,
So I don't. Thank you. What was your name again?
my name's Osama. What's your name?
My name's David.
David.
What was your name?
Osama.
Dude, your zeal is insane. Your zeal, do you know zeal?
Yeah.
Charisma,
Yeah.
bro, it's powerful.
Appreciate that.
I love it. And I'm so glad that you're alive.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, dude. I'm gonna get to your question.
Yeah.
Like, this world, bro, is falling apart, bro.
I agree with you.
And you want truth, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Bro.
We all want truth.
Oh, it's so refreshing, bro.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I used to be an atheist.
Yeah.
Really struggled hardcore.
Okay.
And, I mean, for a young age, man, I was like, why does no one care? So I'm glad that you do, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, because we believe the most important element of every single religion is the concept of God. Every religion will tell you the most important, the foundation is the concept of God. So the most important thing that we've been speaking about is the concept of God. Why? Because the purpose of existence. Why we all exist? God has created us. If God has created us, He must have created us with a purpose.
Yes.
Are we on the same page right now, yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic. So if God created us, He must have created us with a purpose.
Yes.
So in order for us to understand the purpose of our existence, we have to go back to the divine revelations that God has given to us via the messengers. Right? So when we go to the messages, like for example, I believe as a Muslim, right? I believe as a Muslim, if I was living at the time of Jesus, I'd have to follow Jesus in order to have my salvation. If I was living at the time of Moses, I'd have to follow Moses in order to have my salvation. And why I was mentioning you is the interesting concept of Tawheed. We worship one God, that one entity, without any partners. We don't associate any false teachers with that God. Because I believe that's the most disrespectful thing that you could do to your God. The most disservice thing you could do to your God is not to follow Him according to His teaching. To follow Him according to His desires. Let me give you an example actually.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, go for it.
Yeah. So,
what question are you answering? Sorry, because I was speaking a bit after that.
why don't trust
About the concept of one God. Yeah, go for it.
So, you've probably heard this a billion times. How long have you been here in the Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, I've been a couple of years to be fair.
So you've heard the, 3-in-1 kind of deal. The Trinity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You believe in that, by the way, just to clarify. Really? Don't you think that's a contradiction?
I can explain it really well.
That's fine, go for it.
But not right now. I do want to stick with the first question.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I do believe the foundation is about God, but that's fine. If you want to speak about Muhammad, if you have any questions, go for it. Yeah, why not?
And I love
If you want to stand here,
I would love to engage with you.
But why is the camera more important than the person?
would you actually like a mic?
Technology more important than the human? Please tell me. Please enlighten me.
Let's just have a conversation, yeah. Let's
Why
just
is
have a
it? Please
conversation.
enlighten me.
Can we do mics off or no?
I don't mind to be fair. If you want me to speak without the mic, yeah?
No, because I'm a human.
I don't mind. if you want the mics to be gone, I say I have no problem with you. If you're sincere, if you're here for the truth, I don't care about the mics. That's fine. If he doesn't want to be recorded anymore, or what we can do is, like, if you want them to record me only, would that be fair?
If I say to you,
yeah, so they don't record you. So don't record them, please. Yeah? Don't record them.
No, but if I say,
Let's go over there in the corner. Let's go somewhere else because he wants to speak. We want to have a nice conversation. To be fair, I'm more here. Nothing too bad. Nothing. It's a better place. Because over there there's a lot of passion, so I don't want to stay away. So let's have a discussion here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's speak about So let's speak about Muhammad, yeah? Okay, no problem.
No, I can be recording.
Oh, that's fine. Just the noise that you're having an issue with, yeah? Okay, on the corner, yeah, that's fine. No problem.
I want to do myself maybe have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a good place. They have a little boxing match, yeah?
No,
I don't mind after.
No,
we don't believe that. And as Muslims, we're not allowed to punch each other in the face anyway.
I'm just
so yeah, you had the question about Muhammad. If you don't mind, you can ask me the question about Muhammad.
So,
go for it. Peace be upon him.
Muhammad's deity, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Not genie, sorry.
Yeah, his prophethood and the concept of one God.
So, the Trinity is a long talk.
Okay.
And Muhammad, let's stick with that one.
Yeah, go for it. Let's go. Let's speak about Muhammad. Peace be upon him. No problem.
Yeah. So, where to start? Yeah. What hadith do you believe? It's not sort of. Correct me if I'm wrong. So like the hadith of Aisha.
Yes.
Do you think it's real?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So do you want me to expand on that?
No.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna read something real quick. Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it. No problem.
This is why I have a hard time.
Okay, no problem. Are you gonna talk about Aisha?
Not right now.
Not right now. That's fine. No problem. You got a full notes pad, yeah, about the question that you got?
Because I haven't memorized.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem at all.
I don't think I can find it.
Yeah, that's fine. But to be fair, if there's something about Islam that you think that may cause you doubt, that's something that should stick in your heart, to be fair, shouldn't it?
It's
so
like, nothing in Islam has ever caused me doubt.
So, like, because you mentioned Aisha straight away, so I do believe it's quite important that you mentioned it, because it would make sense if you spoke about a topic that you may believe there's a bit of a doubt about. I think it's fair if you have a discussion about it. Do you think that's all right?
I never talked about doubting Aisha.
No, but you mentioned about...
I just said, do you believe?
Yeah, so there's a reason why you asked me that question, don't you think?
No.
Why?
I just wanted to see, because I've talked to Muslims and I've read this verse.
Yeah.
And they said it's an unreliable hadith.
About the Prophet's marriage to Aisha?
So it's Sahih al-Baqi, volume 9.
Yep.
Do you think that's reliable?
Yeah, let me just say that. Yeah, that's not, we don't believe that's authentic, yeah.
So you don't believe it?
Yeah, we don't believe that's authentic.
I should put it away.
That's fine, no problem.
I've talked to Muslims that do.
Yeah. You have a problem with Aisha's marriage to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by the way?
So,
generally speaking,
most Westerners, you do believe that she was 9, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So most Westerners, they'll use it as an argument towards lots of people.
Yeah.
You know, saying he was a pedophile.
Yeah.
I've heard other responses. And with your zeal and with your charisma, I don't want to be rude or assumption, but I do know your answer.
No, absolutely. And you can give me your opinion. That's not a problem at all. That's fine.
As a Westerner, you probably know my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
I think it's strange, but I'm a Westerner, different culture. But I don't care about that.
Yeah. You're here for the truth, like you said, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're here for the truth, so let's speak about the truth now.
Yeah.
Let's speak about the foundations. I'm going to quickly clarify about Aisha radiallahu anha. I do believe it's quite important. Just if you give me 30 seconds. The reason why?
I would really love to answer the question about Muhammad.
That's fine. You go and answer the question.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I've been waiting a couple of minutes for it, so go for it.
Are you rushed?
No. I'm just wondering, like, what is your point? That's all. The only thing. I'm just wondering, like, what question you have. Take your time, but I'm just wondering, what is your question? Yeah.
I want it to be a conversation.
That's fine. Cool. We're not going to have a debate or anything. It's going to be a discussion.
Cool. So, Muhammad's revelation, when he received it, was different from any other prophet.
Okay.
Radically different.
Okay.
His revelations were radically different.
Okay.
His characteristics, his journey were radically different from any other prophet. The way God or Allah encountered Muhammad was radically different from any other prophet.
Okay.
Muhammad the Quran goes different. It goes against every other scripture in the book.
Can you give us some examples, please?
Yeah, are you a Jew?
No, I'm a Muslim.
Why?
Because I believe Allah has, from His wisdom, He sent the divine revelation, which is the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ conveyed it to his people. And not just that, I believe in the Quran because I believe it's a truth.
Why?
I'm not a blind follower. Of course, there's many.
I know you're not
I can give you many reasons why. So one of the miracles is I believe the Quran. The Quran that we have. Yeah, if you could let me finish, please. Yeah, if you don't mind. No, I want to answer your question. Best of my ability.
My question. That's okay. So you're answering a question I didn't ask.
No.
If it's because
you asked me like, do you believe Islam is the truth? Do you believe Prophet Muhammad is the truth? You asked me this question.
I asked you in my original question. I asked you why are you not a Jew?
Yeah.
And then you said, I'm a Muslim.
But when you say Jew, it depends on the tribe as well, to be fair. Because when it comes to Judaism, you can only be an Israelite in order to be a Jew, to be fair. Yeah.
So then I asked, why are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So
okay.
Let me clarify.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
So when I said why are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
I should have been more specific.
All right.
When I asked why you're a Muslim, I said, I guess I inferred in my own mind, let me communicate a little bit better.
Yeah.
Is you're a Muslim, but you're not a Jew. Yeah. Why? Because Muhammad came with a different revelation. Okay. Otherwise, you would probably be Jewish.
No.
So why are Jews not following the revelation of Muhammad?
Can I respond to that? That's the question you asked. If you don't mind, can I respond to that? So firstly, at the time of Medina, when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, migrated to Medina, it was a heavy Jew population. So many of the individuals that were Jews converted to Islam because they knew that this was a prophet that was prophesied about them in the Torah. And not only that, can I respond?
Okay, yeah.
There was, of course, many Jews, many Christians alike that rejected the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But at the same time, there was many Jews in the Arabian Peninsula and Christians that accepted the Prophet Muhammad as the Lord. As for example, Judaism, we don't believe that Judaism is the truth. And the reason behind that is you can only be born an Israelite in order for you to be a Jew. And we don't believe the salvation is because of your ethnicity. So we believe Islam in the Quran, many times it mentions that Islam is for the whole of mankind.
So you don't believe that you can you don't believe that
you cannot become a Jew. Even if you ask a Jew, you cannot become an Israelite. You cannot become an Israelite. So it wouldn't be a fair religion. But can I just, I think it's really important for me to clarify a couple of questions.
That's not true.
No, there's a lot, you can respond in your time, not a problem. There's a lot of points that you mentioned. I gave you a lot of time to speak as well. I do believe it's fair if you just give me a bit of a chance as well, just so I can give a response and that maybe you can understand and be satisfied with as well. So of course, when it comes to the Jewish individuals, many of them have become a Muslim because they understood that this was the prophet that was prophesied about them in the Torah. So we can see that that's a clear fact. In Medina as well, there was a heavy Jew population that accepted Islam as the truth. And firstly, that's not the criteria. The criteria is if the Quran is the truth, if the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a truthful individual that came with the divine revelations, then by default you would have to accept it no matter what tribe you are, no matter what is your religious system, no matter what is your belief. At that time in Arabia, there was many individuals that were worshipping pagan idols. Okay, so it doesn't matter what they were doing, if they have to accept the truth. Because we don't believe, like for example, I remember I repeated to you at the time, if he was living at the time of Moses, of course, to the people of and the children of Israel, you would have to follow Musa alayhi salam in order to have your salvations. And we believe Moses came with the Torah. So we believe he came with divine revelation as well. But afterwards, once the scriptures was changed, because in the Quran we believe, Allah says, woe to those individuals that have written the scripture from their own hand. So those individuals, they distorted the verses according to their own desires.
What verses were distorted?
So in the Torah, in the Old Testament and New Testament, it's clearly and was well known that the Bible has not been preserved. And clearly we can see the revelations that we have right now, according to Christian scholars as well, and even according to ex-Christian scholars, they're all, even to be fair, there's an individual in the park that even said that the Bible is not perfect, and neither do they make the claim that the Bible is perfect. So we can clearly see that if the revelation has not been preserved, how can I follow a revelation that has not been preserved and has been corrupted? So you can go back to your element, is that you said that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was not a Jew, therefore you're not going to be following him. Is that the claim that you're making, or are you trying to say that why am I not a Jew? Can you expand? Can you clarify?
Muhammad came with a different revelation, and that's why you're not a Jew.
Okay,
it's satirical.
Did Moses come with a different revelation?
No.
What revelation did he come with?
From different.
Is the Torah different to the Injil? Is the Old Testament different to the New Testament?
No.
So they're the same thing?
Yeah.
And they were to the same people?
Yeah.
No,
to the Gentiles and to the Jew.
No, wait, the
Romans
Old
12.
Testament was given to a different nation, right? So at that time when Moses was living in, it was given to his nation. The New Testament, according to your belief, no, just clarify. According to your belief,
It's funny, 'cause you understand.
According to your belief, it was given to by Jesus, and he was conveyed to his people. So look, for example, before Moses as well, do you believe there was prophets that were giving divine revelation before Moses? I want to clarify. I want to understand from your perspective.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm realizing that you don't understand.
No, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah,
Before Moses, do you believe there was prophets that had revelations that conveyed to the people? Before Moses.
I believe, there's a little sketchy stuff about Enoch. You have the book of Enoch.
Okay.
I don't believe it was canon.
Okay.
But they all came with the same message.
Yeah, so they all came with the same message. So when you say the same message but different revelations.
So there's one God.
Yep.
And they tell you, hey, this is what you do. This is what
Okay.
you do.
And if the revelation is corrupted, would you still follow it?
So if the revelation was corrupted,
Yeah, would you still follow it? So why do you follow the New Testament then?
because it's not corrupted.
Do you know the authors of the Old New Testament?
What was that?
Do you know the authors of the New Testament?
I know most of them.
Sorry?
I know most of them.
Okay, so do you know John Matthew? Do we know his biography?
Do we know John's biography?
Yeah.
We're talking about
The authors of the Bible. Do we know John and Matthew's biography?
do we know? I'm confused. You're speaking.
Do we know the biography of John and Matthew? Do you know where they're from? Do you know how old were they? Do you know if these individuals saw Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay, just to clarify,
I do
did
believe-
Matthew and John see Jesus?
The disciples Matthew and John saw Jesus.
No.
So the disciples Matthew and John didn't see
No.
Jesus. That's crazy.
As in, did they meet Jesus? Were they physical companions with Jesus? They were not.
The disciples Matthew and John.
Yeah. The individuals that wrote Matthew, the individuals that wrote John, of course you believe as Christians that they were inspired by God and they wrote the revelations down. Do those individuals meet Jesus? Did they see Jesus? Forget even meeting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So they haven't met Jesus.
Yeah.
So you're trusting.
I don't know though. I haven't looked into it.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. So if you're believing in the revelation where those individuals have not even seen Jesus or even met Jesus, how can you take their word as the book of truth? How
Yeah,
can you take
I
their
can-
word?
I can tell
How?
you.
You don't even know those individuals. They never. Like, imagine I haven't even met you. I haven't even met you, and you're claiming to be a prophet of God. I haven't even met you. You came with the divine revelations. I do not follow you, and I still accept you as the truth, even though I've never met you, never seen you, and plus, no companions that have directly met you have conveyed the message.
So what you're doing, it's called inferring.
Okay.
And I get it. You're really zealous. You've heard a lot of these.
Zealous.
Yeah, zealous.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
It's fine. Go carry on.
Is it derogatory?
What does zealous mean?
It means passionate.
Okay.
And so
Can we, if you don't mind, can we go back to the topic that you're mentioning, please? So about the New Testament, why do you follow it? If the disciples have never even met Jesus, how can you? Those no,
disciples
sorry,
haven't met Jesus.
I take that back. Not disciples. John, Matthew, the individuals that have written the New Testament, that have so-called been inspired by God and written the revelations. Those individuals have never met Jesus, never even seen Jesus. How can you take that as a truth?
I'm about to blow your mind. Ready?
Go for it.
It doesn't matter who wrote it.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Boom.
Wait. So it doesn't matter. Wait. Let's analyze that. Let's analyze that.
Yeah.
So we do not know who wrote the Bible. We do not know.
Okay. So this is.
No,
you're
wait. One
doing
second.
a fallacy of generalization.
No. Okay. Let's analyze this then. So
You're
we don't
doing
know.
a fallacy of
Like you
generalization.
said, no, I'm gonna say your answer. We don't need to know. We don't need to know who wrote the Bible, right?
No. Okay.
And okay, wait 1 second. We don't need to know who wrote the Bible, and neither do they have to meet. Neither do they have to meet Jesus in order for them to say that they have divine revelation from the Bible.
Okay,
Yes.
Can I explain what you're
No.
doing right
Can you
now?
clarify, please?
Yes. So what you're doing
And
right now.
firstly, now we have to understand this. No, this is important to be fair. This is important.
Okay,
No,
answer.
I let you speak for a really long time to be fair. I've been really patient with you. To be fair. No, I've been really patient with you. I'm kind of seeing what you're doing now, yeah? To be fair, I'm kind of seeing what you're doing.
So what-
Wait, let me finish, please, yeah? So if those individuals have never met Jesus, they've never seen Jesus, and they have so-called got some interpretation from their mind that
They
this is-
didn't.
Wait.
That's not true.
No,
That's
because
not
look,
true.
those individuals.
You're
Wait.
You're
No,
lying.
let me. Okay, if I'm lying,
You're lying,
you
bro.
can clarify. No problem.
Okay.
If I'm lying, you can provide the evidences. Wait, let me clarify what I'm saying. So those individuals, they've never seen Jesus, they never met him. They've claimed that
We don't know that
They've
for a
claimed.
fact.
They've
We
claimed.
don't know that for a
They've
fact.
claimed. This is a fact, by the way. You can search this up. And then they claim that those individuals have received inspiration from God.
Have you ever heard of Mark and
Can
Luke?
I please finish?
You just-
Can I please finish?
it's just
Can I please
heartbroken.
finish?
You know, I recommend you purchase a book called Who Wrote the Bible by Richard Friedman. Read that book.
We can't
That will blow your
We
mind.
cannot trust a source that we don't even know who written it. We cannot trust a source. If an individual makes a claim that I've written, that I've
But we do know who wrote it.
Let's say I make a claim. I make a claim that I've received revelation from God. I've written it down, and I've said I've met God. I've seen God telling me to say this. I have not even met the individual. I have not even seen this individual, and I've claimed I've seen his biography. I've seen his lifestyle. Jesus did this. Jesus did that.
Islamic beliefs.
No,
and
this is
attributing it to
okay.
the Bible.
This is logic. This is logic.
No, it's
this
not.
is logic. This is
No,
logic.
it's not.
I have
You
not
trust
even.
in a forged document.
Can you? Okay, so what you guys are doing right now, if you were to do this anywhere, if you do this in a public classroom,
Let's prove there's
so like
forgeries
this,
in
he's
the Bible.
interrupting.
If this
So,
is
like, can I
Okay, go on.
have a conversation? So, what you're doing, and I'm trying to, because I really genuinely, I actually do care about you, and I didn't come here to argue.
No, neither am I, but
And
it's the truth.
it's a little. I'm realizing right now.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a little bit different of a culture. I'm kind of realizing that right now. There's more of an argument, and it's not a bad thing. It's a little bit more argumentative. But so what I was trying to do before, I was going really slow.
Yeah.
I was talking really slow. It's because a different culture.
Yeah, let's
Really different
talk about the foundations.
So-
to be fair,
so
we've
I
been,
know, but let me
with all due
finish.
respect, I think there's a lot of
And then he interrupts.
we've been diverting
There's
a lot.
no way.
It's been like 20 minutes. We've been diverting
But
a lot.
it's
To be
a
fair.
conversation.
Yeah, but to be honest,
So,
if you want the truth, then we have to speak about the crux of the matter.
exactly.
If you're not
So
here to
what-
speak about the crux of the matter, that's up to you. That's
No,
not a problem
it's
at
not
all.
what I'm doing.
You said you're here for the truth.
This is actually gnarly.
Yeah.
This could make me
You said
cry.
you said you're here for the truth, but to be fair,
I want to have a conversation with you.
Okay, that's
Because
fine.
did you know, what if I actually love you?
Yeah, but if you're on two different pages, you can't have a conversation.
I know, and that's what I really.
But you're not addressing his point.
But you're
just saying that it's irrelevant. It's
You have
irrelevant.
to let me talk.
No,
Like-
but he did let
To
you.
be honest, even if it's on the camera as well, it was really patient. The first 10 minutes, I let you speak. We were speaking about
Patience,
different topics.
patience.
Wait. And I'm here for the truth. And like I said, if you're here for the truth, let's have a discussion. If you're not here for the truth, that's fine. We can both end the discussion right now. If you want to answer my question about not seeing those individuals that have never met or seen Jesus, and then narrating a whole story about Jesus, a person that they never met, you can clarify that now. Go for it. I'll let you speak.
Thank
I'll let you
you.
speak.
So patience. Let me just.
Please, like, if you can, with all due respect, let's not speak about like our life story or your life story. Let's talk about the topic. And I won't interrupt you. It's no problem. You can speak about the topic, but let's not talk about something else.
If you want to have a conversation, you can't have a conversation without any confrontation.
Yeah.
It is going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Conversation,
I know
right?
it's uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
Maybe it's
so
uncomfortable
that's
to be fair because it's your beliefs. I understand you're passionate about your beliefs as well.
exactly.
I understand. Wait,
So
I'll let you speak. Go for it, but I'm
okay,
just,
so
let's speak about the topic, please. Yeah?
So what this is, I see what's going on here. So you're taking Islamic beliefs because you have the hadith, you have you have the biography. I mean, in every hadith, it's incredible. It really is. It's written in the original language. It's written in the Arabic.
Yeah.
You have names from every single person. You know,
Change narrations, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you are born as a Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Born Muslim.
Every baby is born with
Yes,
fitra,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, so what you're doing is you're taking your Islamic perspectives and you're putting them on the Bible, and of course it doesn't make sense to you.
I disagree with you though.
I know you disagree.
Of course we will, because we have a
I
high
disagree
standard
with
than yours.
Yeah.
You've lowered your
So
standards.
that's also a fallacy. It's
And
called
you've even praised the hadith
So-
methodology.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's impressive that you guys have.
Do you have
but-
anything like that with the New Testament?
Yes, we do. Read
No, you
Matthew.
don't. All they
Do you
say,
have a Bible?
no. All
Do
they
you
say
have a
is,
Don't speak about it then.
all they say,
Tell
all they
us
say
about it.
is,
I would love to have a
wait.
Bible.
All they say is,
Yeah.
they've interviewed the eyewitnesses, but
Yeah.
you don't know the names of the eyewitnesses. You have nothing.
We do. Okay, so
They never even met them. They never even met Jesus.
it's actually
Those-
quite ridiculous.
I want you to reply. Look, I said I made a statement. I want you to refute me.
What was your statement?
I want you to
Just
refute
to
me.
make sure, so I
Those
don't
individuals did not
I
even
don't
see
get-
Jesus. They never met Jesus.
So the individuals of Matthew
you
and
said
John,
what was my
right?
statement, but you didn't let me respond with it.
Sorry, do you forgive me?
No problem, it's all right. So I was saying that those individuals have never met Jesus, they've never seen Jesus, and they've claimed that they've received inspiration from God to write down the revelations. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Are you listening?
I've already
So
read
those
the Bible,
individuals
don't
that we have, so those people that have not even seen or met Jesus, how can we take their words as truth when they never even met the person? Neither have they seen the person.
What do you want me to
Please.
read?
So I just wanted to just read this because you said we don't have.
I want this conversation to be productive, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe it's going anywhere. To
All
be fair with
right.
you.
So
But if you answer my question, that'll be really helpful for me.
Okay,
For me to understand your perspective, and I will let you speak.
okay, cool. Thank you. So, and do we know who wrote? He's saying we don't know who wrote John and Matthew. I haven't done actually a lot of research.
Doesn't establish
on John
anything.
and
I don't know what he's trying to do.
John and Matthew wrote John and Matthew.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So, but he's saying he's doing this thing where he's saying, and I don't mean it to be discriminatory.
I just want you to respond to my point, to be fair. But if you want to analyze the topic, that's fine.
Establish the forgeries in the
Yeah.
Bible. Let's see why Matthew's a reliable source of
To
information.
be fair, okay, do you want to speak?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go for it. Then.
Yeah.
I'll let you
So,
speak.
and I'm not doing this to be rude, but I really want to.
Let's
But you're not
address.
really engaging his point.
I'll be honest with you, you're not engaging at all.
But you're not letting me.
At all. I'm trying my best to, but you're not engaging at all. Like, you're talking about the stories, you're talking about different narrations, but I will let you speak, no problem. I've said that 3-4 times now, but you're not talking about the topic that I want you to talk about, so please speak about the topic that we're mentioning. If it's speaking about something else, I don't believe it's going to be a productive conversation, in my humble opinion. So if you want to speak about the John and Matthew, that those individuals have never seen or met Jesus, and I said to you, like, as a logical person, not just randomly, as a logical person, I said to you that I cannot trust an individual that has never met the person, and at the same time has written a whole narration about him, a whole biography, and mentioning things that contradict the nature of his. Because I believe that we should only worship one God. If an individual is trying to venerate a person, even though he's not met him, and he's making a claim that this individual is saying something, even though he's not met him, that's not logical for me to believe in. Please respond to that point.
So you're saying Matthew, we don't know who wrote Matthew and John. Can you show me? Can you show me? Do you have any documents?
It's well known and it's well proven. It's ma'ruf. You can even do your own research. Wait, can I? Okay, you asked me a question. And you're laughing.
I'm laughing because it's comical.
You're too busy. You know what you're doing? You know one thing you're doing. You're too busy analyzing the discussion rather than talking about the points that we've discussed.
Right.
You're more analyzing the discussion. This person is doing this. This person is.
Because I
this
care
debate
about
is this.
you.
This conversation is not going anywhere. To be fair,
because
this conversation is not going anywhere.
Because we have two different agendas.
No, look.
I wanted to have a
if you were sincere, you would engage with the topics. But because I believe you're not sincere, and you're too busy analysing the conversation instead of actually answering my points, this conversation is not going to go anywhere. I understand this is your first time in Speaker's Corner. I understand that. I'm trying to be respectful as much as possible, but unfortunately, you're not addressing my points. So if you want to end the discussion, let's do it here, because it's been like 20-30 minutes, and the conversation unfortunately has not gone anywhere. So with all due respect, I'm going to end the conversation because it's not going anywhere. So I do apologise. I wanted this conversation to be fruitful, but if you're not addressing my points or engaging with my points, it cannot go anywhere. Maybe you can speak with someone else. You can get a better understanding with them. But to be fair, if you're not able to explain the foundations of your religion, which is the scriptures and who wrote them and the biography of those individuals, the whole religion is flawed. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the conversation. Goodbye.
Can I?
Yeah. That conversation was not productive at all. I was so patient during the 10 minutes. Wallahi, I was patient. If you saw it, I was quiet. I was listening to it.
Okay. Are you alright?